Years of indiscriminate attacks. Civilian hospitals, schools and markets targeted. Mounting evidence of war crimes. But images like these, gathered by Sky News' Alex Crawford and her team in northwestern Syria, could be used by the United Nations to aid eventual prosecutions.
There's a board of inquiry set up by the UN to investigate why these strikes are happening on hospitals which are protected by the Geneva Conventions. If you were willing to give your footage to the board of inquiry, that might be one small thing that could be done.
That's audio we've tracked down from the cockpit of a Russian jet.
I looked through these images taken on Monday with Justin Bronk, a weapons expert.
We think multiple strikes, all in one go, maybe 3-4 strikes were seen hitting this hospital, which was the main hospital serving tens of thousands of people in this area.
These sort of pictures are a useful piece of the puzzle for investigators trying to put together a case to show exactly what did happen. The damage that you see here would be consistent with 2 or 3 500-pound class bomb impacts. So from a jet fighter would be a standard carrier for that sort of payload. Notable that they're talking about 3 strikes on the same building, so that would suggest a reasonable degree of precision. Again, potentially with either a targeting pod or quite an advanced jet, which would point towards Russia rather than the Syrian Air Force, which has been reduced to mostly unguided weapon deliveries.
This is an airstrike on a house belonging to a pensioner.
Certainly what we've seen from the Russian air campaign and the Syrian government campaign over the past 5 or 6 years is a consistent effort to not only terrorize areas held by rebel groups, but which civilians are of course living in as well, but actually to deliberately depopulate those areas.
These pictures are from an attack in March 2018 against a Damascus suburb of Ghouta.
Using chemical weapons as well as sort of conventional bombardment is just another way to drive the population out of those rebel-held areas.
In Syria, no one is safe, even journalists in the firing line. Russia backs the regime of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, but it denies hitting civilian targets. The chance is slim of Moscow or any party to this conflict facing an international tribunal over alleged war crimes. But while journalists and civilians are still able to document this tragedy, all hope is not lost. Deborah Haynes, Sky News.